Superstars, the Met Gala was last night, so let's get into rating some of these looks. But I must say that I was kind of disappointed by most of them, but it's okay, let's just get into it.
You need a manicure. You need a bra. That dress is 2 sizes too big. I see the top of your bra. You look like a fairy princess that resides over the pits of hell.
I want you to sing my name. I know a lot of you don't know me. My name is Lëbo. It's very simple. This is what you say. Lëbo, Lëbo, Lëbo.
Welcome to Night on Lëbo. Now this is a show which shines spoiler on the culture. Anyone that you should know or already know. Now Superstars, I was avoiding doing such an episode because I wanted it to be live and then you guys would watch the live stream. But now you have to jump through hoops and hurdles because there's a social media classism, definitely, because why do I have to have some prerequisites before I can be live or whatever? And I've had my channel for like close to a year now, and I'm like, why do they still have to verify? So on YouTube I couldn't because I have to have clicked the live button, I guess, and then I have to wait 24 hours before I can go on live, which I was like, okay, I had no idea that is a thing. And then on TikTok I have to had been live for 30 minutes. Okay, so I surpassed that. Oh my god, surpassed that. And then I also have to have had been live for 3 separate days, and that is a thing that I hadn't done. So now I'm just like, oh my gosh, why do I have to do all these things just to be live? But that's okay. We will just be pivoting. I will be making a video like this right now for you guys so that we can look at the looks together. I wanted it to, us look at the looks live while they're still happening together, that inclusive thing. But it's okay. It's okay. In life we pivot, so we pivoted, And let's just get into looking at these looks, Superstars.
So last night was the world's biggest fashion event, the Met Gala. And what I think we all love about the Met Gala is to see how the celebrities are going to stick with the theme of the night. It is a costume ball.
First on our list, we had Emma Chamberlain. And I feel like Emma Chamberlain is probably my best dressed. I think I will safely say at the end of the video, but I think that she is like someone that is my standout so far. I just felt like I really loved I actually love the fact that her hair is cut short and it doesn't take away from the dress much. It doesn't take away from her face too. And just the dress just looks like a painting. It looks like now I'm not an artist, so I don't even know the things, but it looks like liquid painting. I don't know what is the term for it, but like it just looks like liquid painting that is just dripping down to the floor. And then we had Ashley Graham. I hated it. I hated that. Why is she even there? Because this is such a basic, simple outfit that is not even red carpet worthy. This you would wear to maybe a fancy dinner. And then we also had Cara Delevingne. There were so many people who wore black, and not in a good way. They wore black and the dresses were just plain simple black. And one of them is Cara Delevingne. We also had Charlie XCX black. I didn't like it because it was a simple dress that had like a flower in, like it's just a bare minimum. Also with Rose's dress, I just hated that it's a simple black dress. Yes, it has a slit, kind of a freakum dress. But it had the piece, the silver piece, and that was it. That was, a black dress with a piece, just like Charlie XCX's dress. We also had Nicole Kidman, and with Nicole Kidman, we had her daughter, Sunday Rose. And if you know the Met Gala, you know that there is an age requirement, you have to be 18 to be at the Met Gala. But with this, there was an exception now for Sunday Rose because she's 17, but she was able to walk the carpet. And she is the first young star to ever walk the Met Gala, to be waived of that right, that requirement, yes. And we've actually spoken about Sunday Rose, if you remember correctly. I don't even remember which episode it was, but I remember it was a Paris fashion show episode, and she was with Nicole Kidman, her mom. And with Nicole Kidman's dress, I really didn't like it. I think it's very simple. It's a cute dress. just a simple red dress, you know, with sequins, and that's it to it. We also had Maluma. It's a suit. He's a man. Men wear suits, and you know, with men, I just want them to shock me. You know, shock me, do something. Don't just wear a suit and just bedazzle it, or you know, make it, beautify it or whatever. I need you to come harder. The men aren't coming harder anyway. Even Durban July, anyway, the summers, no way, they are never coming hard. You saw Slicker and Sivingesi at the Michael premiere. We had Sam Smith. We had Sam Smith, and I don't know, it's a classic Sam Smith outfit, just like how I said in my summers review that it is, who's this? Somizi. It's classic Somizi. I'm not going to say much because it's Somizi. And this is Sam Smith. It's, you know, something you'd expect from Sam Smith. And if it was someone else, I'd be like, this is horrendous. It's so horrendous for him, but it's Sam Smith. Okay, it's for the shock value. And then we also had Doja Cat. Doja Cat, I was saying that on the live, that it kind of reminds me of Kim's spandex outfit, you know, when Kim was wearing her spandex outfit. It really looks like that. The dress looks like it is made out of that kind of material, and I didn't like it. With Doja Cat, I don't think I've liked her outfits. I don't know what she was before. I mean, if she had walked the carpet before her being a cat, you know, remember that Met Gala where she was a cat, she was dressed as a cat. I mean, the face, yeah, her nose, yeah, she, you know, those prosthetics, because last year she was in a bath towel, and I was like, that's such the bare minimum. And she, no, yes, I think it is the same. I think it was the bath towel, and then she had like the weights t-shirt, and she tried to give it some meaning or whatever, because these stars like to give, you know, their outfits meaning, because they have meanings. I mean, the designer tells them, okay, this is, you know, what we're going for and whatever. But I'm just like, sometimes it's not hitting the way they think that it's hitting. It's a t-shirt that's wet. I mean, there's really nothing to hit. And then we also had Lauren Sanchez. She was videoized with Anna Wintour, and I said on the live that I don't really critique Anna Wintour. She could wear a garbage bag and I'd be like, that looks great. And that is only because this is her party. Whether she wears something horrible or not, she still will be invited by herself. Speaking of being invited by herself, I actually wanted to start this video off by saying, because people are theorizing that maybe Nicki Minaj might be banned or whatever, and a lot of people have theorized that Kanye West is banned, but we are not too sure if that is the case. The only person that has been confirmed by Anna Wintour that they are banned is Donald Trump. And I don't even think anyone would want to see Donald Trump there. I don't even think he would even wear something that says shock me. He just wears suits. And so I don't even think we lost much. But there are people who have also denounced the Met and will not be showing up at the Met, of course, like your Demi Lovato and your Taraji P. Henson recently. You know, all those people, Zayn Malik. Yeah, they've just said that they won't be attending. So there's that. Connor Story, I saw him when he took off the jacket. It really gave red carpet by a man. Red carpet by a man. And then we also had, who did we have? We also had Gwendolyn. Gwendolyn Paltrow. Is it Gwendolyn? No, Gwendolyn Christie. We also had Gwendolyn. Let me just say, we also had Gwendolyn. And Gwendolyn, I know her from Game of Thrones. If you are a Game of Thrones fan, I loved her character there. I just loved how she bodied that character. And then in terms of her outfit, I just like the face mask. I like, you know, it reminds me of Ariana Grande, No Tears Left to Cry, you know, that whole thing where, you know, you just show different faces to the world. I think that is, you know, the meaning behind that whole face mask thing, where you hide your true feelings behind a mask. You mask your feelings. That's so yeah, I like that because it is art. And the theme is art is fashion. Fashion is art. Fashion is art. We had Lisa. It is a white dress that holds you, that ties you. I don't have, for lack of a better word. Hey, all I can say is I think it's a simple dress, Lisa. We had Zoe Kravitz, who's engaged to Harry Styles, the same Harry Styles that you guys are saying that is not queer baiting, but I digress. But we had Zoe Kravitz. It's a black lacy dress. I don't think it is giving much. Oh my gosh. We had Katy Perry. I was saying that her dress actually could double down as a wedding dress. And then her face mask, I just thought of like fencing, the sport fencing. It gives that. So I'm not too sure if it's supposed to give something else. It's probably supposed to, because it probably has a meaning. But to me, it just looked like she's wearing a fencing mask with a wedding dress. Truly. This is actually my first time tasting this Dr. Pepper and cream soda. It's kind of weird. It tastes weird. It tastes like there's different combinations that shouldn't be. When you when you like mix it, let's say there's like a little bit of Sprite, Coke, whatever left in the fridge, and then there's another drink, there's Fanta orange, and then you pour that Sprite and then you pour Fanta orange because you're like, you don't want to waste the Sprite, but you don't want to drink that little drink alone, so you're just like, okay, I'll just mix this concoction or whatever. It kind of tastes like that, but like it's not good, because actually I am obsessed with, there's this engine right here at home and they sell slush puppies, and then I like mixing it with the slush puppy. I know that's so much sugar, but I mix the slush puppy with your normal drink, your Sprite, whatever, and I just put in the slush puppy, and then it is just so good. Maybe you should try that. It's the same thing as people saying you should try McFlurry with fries, McDonald's fries, but you just dip the fries in the McFlurry. I don't like that. I just like me a McFlurry and fries. That combination, but without the dipping. No. And then we had Hudson Williams. I was so disappointed. Why? Because he was wearing a bathrobe coming out of the hotel. And when you do that, I'm thinking, okay, wow, you're about to serve. And then he was just wearing whatever he was wearing. And it's the same with Doechii last year, where she was in a box, and people are like, oh, what is she wearing? And then she came out with, okay, that Louis V. Yeah, that outfit with the afro. I don't know. I like the afro. The afro was, a nice touch. I just didn't like the outfit. I didn't like the outfit. So that was the same with Hudson Williams. If you're gonna hide your outfit, it better be hot. But like I said, I was disappointed by a whole lot of people. I was disappointed. Amanda Seyfried, I loved her dress. I don't think it's Met Gala worthy. I don't think it's the theme worthy. It's theme worthy. But I just like the simplicity of it. She looked really beautiful. Carmen Domingo, I hated it. I felt like it is something that is quilted, like a quilted blanket. It really looked like a quilted blanket, something a grandma would quilt. And then we also had Sarah Paulson. It's a dress. It kind of reminds me of, I forgot the fashion designer. Maybe I put it down, but it was for Paris Fashion Week last year, and the designer had your burning dresses and whatever, and your chopped up dresses, so it reminds me of that collection. We had Kylie Jenner. I think I liked it. I like the bodice. Is it the bodice? I like the bodice of it. And then we had Gigi Hadid. Gigi Hadid was, I guess the art is her body. I guess the art is her body because she was really in a, is it a sheer dress? Let me just say it is a see-through dress that left so little to the imagination. We had Janelle Monáe. With Janelle Monáe, she really does try to give off the theme. Like, she will try her hardest to give off the theme. And I kind of think that she was on theme. I'm just not too sure what she was going for, because I'm seeing greenery, I'm seeing maybe earth and wires, technology, you know, intertwined with earth, nature. Maybe we had Angela Bassett. You know, I'm a forgiver because she's mother, she's queen, she is, you know, she should have won that Oscar, like we all know. We had Heidi Klum. I loved Heidi Klum's thing, and I just need to show Heidi Klum something. Heidi, this is you, girl. But Heidi Klum, one thing about her, she will come. You saw last year when I spoke about her in the Halloween episode, and she was just magnificent. We had Tessa Thompson. It's a simple dress, I'm not gonna get into it. We had Stevie Nicks. This was a debut Met Gala, and if you do know, Stevie Nicks, actually she is part of Bootylicious. She was in the music videos. They sampled her song. Ooh, baby, ooh, so people thought, because Beyonce is co-chair and is coming also, and came, Stevie Nicks was also debuting. Maybe Act 3 is upon us. Maybe she will be dropping the single. Drop the single, Beyonce. Giselle knows. But nope, she didn't drop it. But we had Stevie Nicks, and she did. I saw that she performed with Sabrina Carpenter inside. We had, yeah, like I said, I really like Kylie Jenner's bodice, like the top half. Hailey Bieber, I really loved her dress. I really loved the bodice too. I really loved the corset part. I really loved that it's gold, you know, and it's sculptured. Anne Hathaway, I really loved it. I really do think it's on theme. Black and white, such a great dress. Sabrina Carpenter, I feel like that is, when you look at it, it looked like your old film frames, your old film things. Hey guys, I wasn't born in that generation, so I'm not sure. But it's films, right? Yes. And you know, when you play your DVD, cassette, or whatever, I'm just thinking of the sound like. I really like that because it's giving, you know, Hollywood. It's giving film star, you know. SZA hated it. Hated it. And when she lifted her arms, I was like, it's not eating, girl, it's a chop. Samba, people hate Samba's music, and people hate Samba. I don't know why, because I kind of like his songs. So that's, yeah. But Samba, you see, when I say, at least if you are, you know, a man, you should dress like this. At least, because he gave something. Yeah, we had Doechii again. Doechii this year. Last year she didn't eat. This year she didn't eat. This year she was wrapped in, yeah, cloth, you know, like a woman wrapped in cloth. We had Anokiai, and it reminded me of, this whole piece reminded me of Cardi B's last year Paris Fashion Week look. Yeah. For Sarah Paulson, I will say that I really did like the dollar shades, or I don't know if you could see through those. With Kim Kardashian, I liked it. It is Kim Kardashian. Like, the look, it is giving Kim Kardashian, something Kim Kardashian would wear. I did think that it is giving Beyonce's Mugler look for the Renaissance trailer. Yeah, and I was like, maybe she is in the Renaissance movie. I'm kidding, I don't think that is the case, but it is giving, she looked at Beyonce as inspiration. We had Bad Bunny. I love Bad Bunny's thing. I love that it is giving maybe the old look, the ageism, maybe, I don't know, there's just been a whole lot of ageism in Hollywood lately, especially around Madonna. Or maybe, let me say, when you're an older female. Yeah, I don't like that.
This is horrible. It tastes like cat litter.
We had Madonna. I didn't really like it. We had Chase Infinity. I really loved it. I really think it does look like Emma Chamberlain's one. Same thing, just that Emma Chamberlain's one just looked like the painting, whereas her one looks like it's already, like it's not dripping, like it's set, it's, dried. We had Blake Lively, pretty dress. Don't think it's on theme, but pretty dress. We had Ciara. I really liked Ciara's outfit. Ciara does, eat when she's there. So I really liked Ciara's outfit. I really liked the headpiece. I liked the jewelry or whatever was, around her. We had, of course, the royal family. We had Beyonce, Jay-Z, and Blue Ivy, which I will say, remember I said Sunday Rose is the first one to be, waived of that requirement, and now Blue Ivy is the second, but Blue Ivy is the youngest to ever grace us with a presence on the Met Gala red carpet floor, and she just looked stunning. Beyonce's outfit looked like a homage to her 4664 Nelson Mandela concert, where she was singing Dangerously in Love, and yeah, that stunning dress, stunning. It also gave Skull and Bones. It gave, if you love Bones, I love Bones. I've watched Bones like 6-7 times, and I'm not even kidding you. And it just reminded me of Bones, which I was like, I need to go rewatch it. And I just recently rewatched it, and yeah, it just gave something that Dr. Brennan would love. I feel like Dr. Brennan would be like, Beyonce, I love this dress.
Scale. It's the name of the band. Scale?
Oh, it means skull.
You speak Norwegian?
But I'm a forensic anthropologist. I know how to say skull in just about every language.
Well, Scale...
Skale.
Scale...
Skale.
Significant staining on the scale.
Skale.
But no, we had Cardi B. I hated it. I don't know what was happening there. We had Rihanna. I hated it. I've been hating all her looks these past 4 years, or how many years has she been here? Hated them all. The white dress with the shades that have the eyelashes, the black one where Issa Brocky was wearing the blanket, the quilted blanket, and also I just hated them. Even including this one, I hated this Rihanna look. You had Tate McRae, that is a look that you can wear to a red carpet or a lovely dinner, but it's not giving art. And I just feel like that is all. Lastly, that I will say is we had our annual Met Gala bathroom selfie, and I had no idea who those people were. I know 1-2 people, but those were like C-lists at best, D, E. There were no A-listers, and I say this because remember, there was an article where Ellen DeGeneres, they were saying that in that article, that bathroom selfie of hers might have been a bathroom selfie from hell, because that was the start of her crumbling career. And so, yeah, and then also in that same article, it's when I think I spoke about the monoculture. Yes, I spoke about the monoculture in a previous episode, but I didn't speak about that Ellen DeGeneres piece. But that is all for our Met Gala looks. I feel like with the Met Gala this year, the theme was a little too broad for these artists, because it looks like they didn't know what to do. The designers didn't know what to do. It just looks like they were scrambling. So I just feel like it was too broad of a theme. But the few that carried, they really carried it well. I also did say that it's a nice theme. It's broad, but it's nice. I like that it, because I thought, they would really come harder, they would really come, but they didn't. it sadly flopped, you know, so...
Honestly, I just feel like, you know what, Jay, I just don't wanna